So hello guys, I want to make a quick review of the MD 16-bits. You can buy this very cheaply on AliExpress for less than $60. So is it worth it for that price? Let's take a look. So the handheld itself, it has all of the 6 buttons, including the mode button. It also has a couple of switches for like overseas, PAL and TSC, as well as another switch to enable the external DB9 ports. So this will allow you to play most of the megadrive games. It also has like obviously a cartridge port and also HDMI and composite output. Now on first glance this seems okay, besides like the 16:9 screen. But speaking of which, there is no switch for 4x3. It is just not existent, which is very unfortunate, I must add. And the compatibility at first glance seems pretty good, but there are definitely some issues. So shadow and highlight is not supported. So if you play a game like Toy Story, for instance, you will notice right away at the title screen that it looks wrong. Unfortunately, if you want to get shadow and highlight on this, you must use composite, which looks terrible on this. Also, I've been told by other people there was no actual composite cable that was provided with this handheld, in spite of the fact that it's right here. They did provide an HDMI cable, but it is very blurry over HDMI, and it's basically identical to the output that you get on like the handheld itself. You can set it to 4x3 on your TV, but yeah. Compatibility wise, most Mega Drive games, besides the one that use shadow and highlight, will work on this. Master System games some of them will work. Others are going to have issues. So if you use an adapter like this one, we'll just play it on the EverDrive. And it can be a bit tricky, especially with this. Yeah, it's really hard to tell if it's inserted or not. And yeah, you may see glitches like what you saw right here. And this can be much worse in some other games, I must mention. I was not able to notice it in games like R-Type or most of the retail games, but some homebrew games are definitely going to be affected by that. Virtual racing will not work by default on this. I did make like a mod to like the cartridge slot to allow it to boot, but there's also a power problem with this, and you will get graphical glitches. That's because it does not have enough power provided to the cartridge. Yeah, this kind of glitches, and obviously you can't press anything. And yeah, you would typically get something like that. Now, if you were to use this by default without any mods, this will not even boot. So you won't be able to even play this game. And I believe this also affects some flash cards as well. Most notably the Mega SD, which will not work on this. And even this one, sometimes, unless you do like the voltage mod, sometimes it will not even work. It will fail to read the SD card on this. So yeah, and I forgot to mention the wireless controllers that are provided with it. They are actually pretty good. They feel much better than what's on the actual handheld itself. So if you want to use it in a tabletop mode, so like that, then it is pretty good for that. There is also a second controller that's in the box right now, so you can do multiplayer with this, or you can just use like these if you prefer like an original Mega Drive controller. So there was one game that did not boot at all, and it was a raycaster example by Sega 68K. As soon as you try to start, you will get a black screen. It will not work. That was the only instance that I got of a game not booting at all. In spite of, well, except for like virtual racing, which can be fixed, but you know what I mean. So overall, can I recommend this? I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, for the price, it is okay, but the fact that it lacks like a 4x3 option, as well as the screen is also not very good. It is a TN panel, and it has very poor viewing angles. So yeah, you can even see it on camera. It is really bad. It's less noticeable on the sides, but even ever so slightly, so you will notice some color degradation. This is pretty awful. So yeah, but if you want to just play Sonic the Hedgehog on this, it will work fine for that purpose. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and bye.